Excuse me. I'm sorry. Like I said, if you guys get annoyed by me doing that on every video, I apologize. It's just, like I said, it's either because I didn't take a shower or it's because sometimes it's the humidity outside, even though I'm in a nice, cool room. But, it doesn't mean, humidity can still get to my hair, and then, it just looks crazy, So my hair was looking crazy before this video started, but I apologize. But anyway, just forget what you just saw. But anyway, hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Joe Flash, and today we're here to do another reaction video. So, I think it was a couple days ago, maybe a few days ago, I did 2 reaction videos in one night, where I did 2 Mortal Kombat character voice comparison reaction videos, and I told you that there was still a lot more to do. Or I think I said that. I think I did mention that there were more Mortal Kombat characters to check out. I don't know if I said a lot more, but if I did say a lot more, well, scratch that because I lied. Basically, there's actually not that many Mortal Kombat characters left to do. There's actually only 5 left. So from looking at both Generation West's channel and Behemoth89's channel, in total, there's actually only 5 more characters left to do in the Mortal Kombat franchise. There's 5 total Mortal Kombat characters I haven't done yet, and I checked to see if the other YouTuber, from the other channel had one, and they didn't. So, both Generation West and Behemoth89 have different voice comparison videos compared to each other. Like, some they don't have one version of the character while the other one does, So, in total, there's 5 more Mortal Kombat character voice comparison reaction videos left to do. So, there's 3 on Behemoth89's channel, and then 2 more on Generation West's channel. So, I'm going to check out all 3 of Behemoth89. I'm going to check out the last 3 from Behemoth89's channel first, and then I'll check out the 2 last ones on Generation West's channel, and that'll actually complete all the Mortal Kombat character voice comparison reaction videos, y'all, because that'll be all of them. There will be no more left. So, we're actually almost done with this, surprisingly, because I was kind of curious to wonder how long it was going to take, but surprisingly, it really went by pretty fast, It only took me like a couple months or whatever, Ever since I started doing the Mortal Kombat character voice comparison reaction videos, pretty much shortly after I finished Spider-Man Friend Defoe 2 months ago on the Wii gameplay. But, Anyway, so, I would tell you who all 5 of the characters are, but I don't really want to spoil them, so let me just start with the first one that I'll be doing. So the first character I'm going to be doing, which is on Behemoth89's YouTube channel, the first voice comparison reaction video from a Mortal Kombat character I'll be doing from him is none other than Curtis Stryker, betterly known as just Stryker, But apparently his full name is Curtis Stryker. But as I said, everybody knows him better as Stryker, since that's just been his name since he debuted in Mortal Kombat 3, and But anyway, Stryker, a very controversial character, should I say, very underrated character. Like, I feel like, if you were to think between him and Johnny Cage, because, there might be some people that don't like Johnny Cage or just think because he's such a cocky person, because he does love to talk a lot of crap and, make people laugh with and all. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would probably agree that Stryker is worse than Johnny Cage, you know what I mean? But, Stryker, he was pretty cool back in the earlier days in the Mortal Kombat franchise, like from Mortal Kombat 3 and Trilogy. He had some pretty good moves, He may not have been the best character, but Stryker had some pretty unique stuff, He had some potential. It's just that moving forward in the later years, like when he started appearing in, when he returned in Mortal Kombat Armageddon, yeah. I was trying to remember which Mortal Kombat game he came back in, because I don't remember if he was in Mortal Kombat 4 or not. I can't remember. Was Stryker in Mortal Kombat 4? I can't even remember. I don't know if he was, but if he wasn't, then that's okay. I just only remember him debuting in Mortal Kombat 3, and that was pretty much like his only appearance, I think, maybe. Or unless if he appeared in Mortal Kombat 4, I can't remember, but in Mortal Kombat Armageddon, he returned, but unfortunately, they kind of really turned him down, because his main costume is basically where he had his blonde hair and he had glasses on, where he really looked too much like Johnny Cage, and that was kind of a bad look for him. The suit was alright, but like I said, just because of the face design was what kind of looked horrible on Stryker. It just looked like Johnny Cage. His alternate costume looked pretty cool, though. He had a helmet, mask on and all in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. He did appear in Mortal Kombat 9. Yeah, he appeared in Mortal Kombat 9. That pretty much was actually his last Mortal Kombat. Well, actually, no, it wasn't his last Mortal Kombat character appearance, I don't think. Was it? I don't know. Let me check. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, that took me a little bit of time. But anyway, so no, I lied. Mortal Kombat 9. It was Mortal Kombat X. Mortal Kombat X was actually Stryker's last appearance in a Mortal Kombat game. Mortal Kombat 9 was his last time being a playable character in the Mortal Kombat game. Mortal Kombat 9 was. So, Mortal Kombat 9 in 2011 was Stryker's last Mortal Kombat game where he was a playable character, but his last appearance in a Mortal Kombat game was Mortal Kombat X. He appeared in the story mode. He was one of the Renovants because he was killed, I believe, in Mortal Kombat 9. Yeah, he was killed in the story mode in Mortal Kombat 9, and apparently then he would return in Mortal Kombat X, but he was a Renovant. So I told you before, in Mortal Kombat X, the Renovants, they were the villains, they worked for the bad guys like Quan Chi and Shinnok. The Renovants are basically a group of Mortal Kombat fighters that had died or... Well, in other times I saw that there was some that were clones, I think I remember Jax, in front of his Renovant, I think, so maybe it was, clones, I think, I don't know, but mostly the Renovants were just a group of Mortal Kombat characters that died, that passed away, and died in battle, like Liu Kang, Katana, Stryker, Smoke, Jax, Kung Lao. There was plenty of others, but there was basically what it was. It was just a group of Mortal Kombat fighters that died, and they get, I don't know, either if they get brought back to life or turned into clones, but, they become Renovants, but I don't know. I found a video on YouTube talking about the origin story of how Stryker became a Renovant. I'll probably check it out later, so we'll see. But I think that's what it is. I think it's just a group of Mortal Kombat characters that died, and they come back to life, but they're evil, they're evil-spirited, whatever, and they're controlled by either Quan Chi or Shinnok. Well, that seemed like that was the case, but even when Shinnok died in Mortal Kombat X in the story mode, when he was defeated as corrupted Shinnok by Cassie Cage, the Renovants retreated, and it still revealed that they were still alive, and then they reappeared in Mortal Kombat 11. And it seemed like most of them pretty much were gone, most of them were gone because some of the characters that were Renovants got brought back to life and fought the good side again, so I think the Renovants were all gone by Mortal Kombat 11, I think, yeah. Anyway, besides all that, Stryker, as I said, from what I just said, there's not really a lot to say about Stryker. He's okay, but, he's a bit of a controversial character, and he's very underrated for a lot of Mortal Kombat fans for a variety of reasons. And, in Mortal Kombat 9, he had one of the worst intro puns ever. How whenever he plays a character, they do the little... In Mortal Kombat 9, when you select a character, they do those little intro dialogue thing where they say something before they start their fight. Stryker had the worst one, bro. His was the worst because he is a police officer. He's part of a SWAT team. But his was just awful. It was just terrible, bro. It was just the worst. He would basically say, police brutality coming up. It was just... Oh my god, bro. Police brutality coming up. Jesus Christ, bro. That was just horrible. It was just cringe. Nothing but cringiness on that. That was just cringe. Stryker's was just the worst, and people just, were happy, when he died, people wanted him to get killed, and all that. It's just crazy. So, like I said, Mortal Kombat 9, he was killed, I believe, in Mortal Kombat 9 story mode, and then he comes back, and that was the last time he was a playable character. And then in Mortal Kombat X, that was his last appearance in a Mortal Kombat game. He was a Renovant. I think he died in there too, because I don't remember him appearing in Mortal Kombat 11, so I think he probably got killed as a Renovant in Mortal Kombat X. I don't know, but anyway, it's alright. But Stryker's, I don't really have a lot to say about him. I don't really care too much about Stryker, honestly. But I guess he's got potential, but it's really hard to rank him just because he's a very underrated character, so... But anyway, since I don't really have a lot more to say about him, I'm just going to go ahead and just get into this video and stop wasting any more time. So, let's go ahead and see who I'm going to have as my list of favorite voices for Stryker, shall we? So like John Cena and Triple H will always say, your time is up, my time is now, it's time to play the game. Let's go ahead and just get into this, shall we? Stryker, voice comparison, or Curtis Stryker voice comparison, whatever you want to call it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. I don't remember that song, but... Of course. Sorry, that was a notification from a YouTube video that uploaded, but of course. How the heck can you not rank Michael O'Brien up there? He's the man who was the original Stryker. He was, like I said, Stryker first appeared in Mortal Kombat 3. That was his official debut, and Michael Bryan was the man behind the costume. He, even in Mortal Kombat Trilogy and all that. So, of course, man, it's Michael Bryan, man. He's the original Stryker, the man behind the costume and everything. So, how the heck or why the heck would you not put Michael O'Brien up there as Stryker, man? He's just the OG Stryker, you know? So, of course. Anything from the original 3 Mortal Kombat games, even Mortal Kombat Trilogy, you gotta put them on the list, because they're the OGs, the originals, you know, the original actors and all that, you know? So, of course, you gotta put Michael O'Brien up there. Heck yeah. I think those are... I think those are his sound clips as well. Some of the characters had some of the same sound clips in the Mortal Kombat games, but I think this is technically Stryker's, you know. Ron Perlman? Seriously? I didn't even know that. Ron Perlman voice Stryker? I had no idea. I can clearly see why I never noticed that, because clearly it's the Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm series, which I don't think a lot of people watch. I know a lot of Mortal Kombat fans probably don't talk about this, because I seriously doubt if this was a success, if this one or the other version of the animated series were successful series or not, but I had no idea Ron Perlman even voiced him. But like I said, because I don't know much about this series, obviously that's how, because I never knew about it, but that's crazy. Ron Perlman voiced Stryker at one point? I never even knew anything about that. Of course, Ron Perlman will always be mostly famous for... He will always be famous mostly for his role as Hellboy. Like, Hellboy will always be, like, everybody's favorite role of him. Like, he played Hellboy back in the earlier days in the original movies, and... You know, people just... Sorry, a piece of hair in my mouth. But people will never forget his performance as Hellboy, you know? So, really, in the end, Ron Perlman will always be Hellboy, but... There was a few other voice roles he's done over the years that people said that he thought he did a good job on. I think he's voiced some Marvel characters and a bit of DC characters as well. I just can't remember because it's been so long, but I think he has before, though. But in the end, Hellboy will always be his most popular role ever. But as Stryker? Let me see. I didn't really hear the voice. I was just carried away by Ron Perlman voicing him. What does he sound like?
We have to keep the cybernetic units from reaching the city. Up until now, we've kept civilians from learning about these outworld invasions.
You know what? That's not bad, so sure, I'll give him a thumbs up. Like I said, Ron Perlman, while in the end he'll always be mostly famous for Hellboy. As Stryker, he didn't do a bad job. I'll give him credit. He actually did a pretty good voice. Didn't really think that he would even sound like that, but... Alright, Ron Perlman, you actually got potential. You actually had a good Stryker voice. I'll give you a thumbs up, man.
Academy's north of here? Thanks. Here's a few bucks for your time.
Oh, come on.
North of here? Thanks. Here's a few bucks for your time. The Academy's north of here? Thanks. Here's a few bucks for your time.
Mortal Kombat Deception. You know what? Yeah, he did appear in Mortal Kombat Deception. I remember watching Mr. G Star not too long ago. I watched Mr. G Star 321's gameplay video, Mortal Kombat Deception, and there was a stage where Mortal Kombat combatants are locked up, and Stryker was one of them. But I didn't know he appeared in the story mode and actually spoke. So I've seen Mr. G Star 321's all of his videos of him playing the story mode, but I just forgot that. It's just been too long. I just don't remember what it was like when he played as Chijinko and aged, and then he confronts characters.
The Academy's north of here? Thanks. Here's a few bucks for your time.
I mean, that voice sounds a little bit different. It's a little bit of a different voice. It kind of sounds more like maybe a bit of a soldier voice, kind of. It sounds more like a soldier voice, in my opinion, but I guess it's alright. It's not too bad, but I guess I'll go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I mean, it's not that bad to where, it's like if I have a maybe for it. Like, I can't rank it as a maybe because it's not that bad. Like, it doesn't sound too low, It's a different voice, but a little bit, because he sounds, like, as I said, I think he sounds a little more like a soldier, but it's not that bad, It's not that bad, so I'll still respectfully give it a thumbs up, even though could have been a little bit better, but it's not too bad, though. So, yeah, thumbs up to whoever the man was that voiced him in Mortal Kombat Deception for this short-lived voice clip. or short-lived appearance in the story mode of Mortal Kombat Deception.
15, 16.
Of course. You know, I've said it from time and time again, and you know what? I probably might just say it till probably I'm finished with the Mortal Kombat character voices. I really was going to try to attempt to stop saying it in every video, on almost every video, but you know what? I can't help it. I'm probably just going to say it in every single video until I finally complete all the Mortal Kombat character voice comparison reaction videos. From time and time again, I've said this numbers and numbers of times, and I'm probably just never going to quit saying this, but Mortal Kombat 9, Mortal Kombat X, and Mortal Kombat 11, fantastic games. So anything from those three fantastic games, you know I got to give credit to. So, of course, I got to give double thumbs up to Matt Mercer for his voice of Stryker in Mortal Kombat 9. Even though, as I said, in this game, this was Stryker's last Mortal Kombat game where he was a playable character. And even though he had the worst intro pun ever where, you know, he said, police brutality coming up. It was horrible, but still, he was okay as a character, you know. He had some pretty good moves, you know, but, you know, this was his last time being a playable character in the Mortal Kombat franchise, you know, but still, you know, Mortal Kombat 9 was a fantastic game, and so was Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 11, so from time and time again, I'm just always going to keep saying it, so if you guys keep getting annoyed by me saying that, I'm sorry. It's just, for people who's never seen, but it's just, you know, this really helps for people who haven't even seen my previous Mortal Kombat character voice comparison reaction videos, if this is their first time seeing any of them, and if this is the first one they're seeing, and then, you know, gotta let them know that anything from Mortal Kombat 9, X, and 11 I love, because those were fantastic games, and, you know, I gotta give credit to any of the voice works that did their job of voicing characters in Mortal Kombat 9, X, or 11. So I'm just never going to quit saying that. So I'm sorry if you guys are just going to continue to get annoyed by that. But yeah.
17, 18. Come on, call it in. This is
Matt Mercer almost looks like he probably could play Stryker himself.
pistols. Enough of this. It's you and me, freak show.
Oh, that's it? I thought okay, I guess Stryker didn't have a voice actor in Mortal Kombat X then. Because as I said, Mortal Kombat X was his last game appearance. So even though Mortal Kombat 9 was his last time being a playable character in a Mortal Kombat game, his last appearance was actually in Mortal Kombat X, where he was a Renevent. But I guess apparently he didn't speak in that game. I guess apparently he didn't get to speak in Mortal Kombat X, so I guess apparently that explains why the voice actor's not on here. So I guess he didn't get to speak, but alright. So that's all the video game voice. Now, obviously, as I said, Behemoth89 only covers the video game voices for a character, so he doesn't cover live-action ones. So because of that, I will have to mention that there actually was one man who actually did play live-action Stryker at one point, and that was from Mortal Kombat Legacy 2. Stryker was in Mortal Kombat Legacy 2, the live-action one. He didn't appear in the first one, but in the second one, Mortal Kombat Legacy 2, it was live-action-wise. There was a man who played Stryker in there. I forgot what his name was. Even though he didn't really resemble the character, his outfit didn't resemble the character because he had the black beard and black hair and everything. He really didn't look like the character, but for his performance, I'm going to respectfully give him a maybe, because even though Stryker didn't really have any fight, he only fought once in Mortal Kombat Legacy 2, and that was against Liu Kang after he tore the crap out of Johnny Cage, and, you know, Stryker was trying to save him because they were allies, you know. And it looked like if Liu Kang was about to attempt to kill him because he was actually evil in that one, Kung Lao confronted him and stopped him. And then, you know, the last scene of Mortal Kombat Legacy 2 you see is where it looks like Kung Lao and Liu Kang are about to get ready to fight. But, you know, Stryker, you know, he didn't really fight at all, didn't really hardly fight any other times in Mortal Kombat Legacy 2. And, you know, even though he didn't have a lot of appearances, but for his performance, as I said, the guy who played Stryker in Mortal Kombat Legacy 2, I'm just going to respectfully give him a maybe, because I mean, he didn't do the best, but I mean, I don't know. I just can't really choose, honestly, but how I rank his performance. Like, I can't really choose, so out of respect, I just gotta give it a maybe. So, it's a maybe for a live-action Mortal Kombat Legacy 2 Stryker actor. But anyway, when it comes to video game voices, though, it's definitely Michael O'Brien. Matt Mercer. Those are the only two. Michael O'Brien and Matt Mercer. They're the only two that I love best of Stryker. So those are my two favorite Stryker voice actors, ladies and gentlemen. you got to give credit to Michael O'Brien because he's the original Stryker from Mortal Kombat 3 and Mortal Kombat Trilogy, so you got to include him. And then Matt Mercer, as I said from time again, Mortal Kombat 9, X, and 11, fantastic games. So anything from those 3 games, I got to give credit to. So obviously, Matt Mercer, I got to give him credit too. So there you have it, guys. Michael Mercer, not Michael Mercer, Michael O'Brien and Matt Mercer are my 2 picks for Stryker. Now, y'all leave a comment down below the video now. Let me know who you love best as Stryker. And don't forget to share this with all your friends so you can get their honest opinions as well. But anyway, guys, until then, when I'm back with the next Mortal Kombat character voice comparison react video, I'm out of here, y'all. So that'll be it for today, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Dislike it, give it a thumbs down. Join me next time for the next video. To all you boys, men, and gals out there, fist bumps go to all of you. To all the girls, ladies, and women out there, kisses go to all of you. But until then, this is Joe Flash signing off, and have a good day.